It's August 26th, 2025, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel. President Trump signed several executive orders aimed at banning cashless bail policies nationwide. Under his new proposal, criminal suspects can only use commemorative Trump bucks, McDonald's coupons, or well-done steaks. Trump also announced he is halting a major wind project, which just means he's not eating McDonald's for lunch every day. A federal judge ordered the U.S. government to halt further construction of the so-called Alligator Alcatraz migrant detention facility in Florida. A Department of Homeland Security spokesperson said the government will get around the ruling by turning the facility into a spirit Halloween store. There's always a federal judge doing something. The wealthy town of Bethel, Connecticut, is trying to fight against the development of a 75-unit affordable housing complex because they thought voting Democrat meant that other people would have to take care of the poors. New York City mayoral frontrunner Zoran Mamdani tried unsuccessfully to lift a 135-pound barbell at a Men's Health event this past weekend. But don't worry. He's not ashamed because his motto is to take chances in life. Because if you fail, you can always just move back into your mom's $2 million house in Chelsea. He's so relatable. The U.S. government paid nearly $9 billion to get a 10% stake of tech company Intel. President Trump said the deal was, in his words, great. That's all we got for the impression this week. We encourage President Trump to make an even greater investment through Sketchworks Comedy's Patreon, so Sketchworks head writer John D. Babcock III can finally buy a new sport coat. A British Airways flight attendant was found naked and high on meth in the bathroom of an airplane headed to Heathrow Airport. And the weird part is that he got naked before taking the meth. Whoa, hey, hold on, everyone. You feel that? If it feels like the internet's may be breaking, it's because golden-voiced pop sensation Taylor Swift and golden-shoed tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce, announced their engagement. A wedding which will surely rival the Bezos-Sanchez spectacle from this past June. I totally forgot about that one, and then Babs reminded me in this very story. And if that multi-billion-dollar couple can make it, I'm sure this billion-dollar couple are going to do just fine. The couple plans on having 3 cakes at their wedding: a bride's cake, a groom's cake, and a coach's cake. All for Andy. It was closing weekend for our sibling sketch comedy show, Offsprung, and a fantastic time was had by all. You can watch the live stream of closing night's performance at the link in the description below. We are already in rehearsals for our next show, The Great Funny Bone Follies, because it opens in only a couple of weeks. Yay! Get your tickets now at sketchworkscomedy.com, whether or not you're actually able to see the show. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We're sneaking up very slowly on 2,000 subscribers, and we'd really like you, yes, you, to be one of them. Thank you for your attention to this week's gratuitous plug. U.S. Open tennis action was interrupted for nearly 7 minutes at Louis Armstrong Stadium early Monday when a photographer stepped onto the court. Now, in the photographer's defense, he's old. And they did that kind of thing all the time in the days of Gilbert Shea and Betty Pratt, who are 2 tennis players I've never heard of before just now. Also, why is a tennis stadium named after jazz trumpeter Louis Armstrong? Was the great Satchmo a low-key tennis fanatic? Are there other athletic stadiums named after jazz greats? Is there a lacrosse field named after Jelly Roll Morton somewhere? Comment below with your thoughts on this Jazz athletics conundrum. Shark Tank investor Kevin O'Leary said he and two other investors paid a record-breaking $13 million for a basketball card autographed by Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. He declined a subsequent offer to pay $13 for Sketchworks NewsBrake writer Tim Millard's worthless collection of early 1990s sports cards. Anybody want this OJ card? It tried to murder this Star Wars card, so, I just got to get rid of it. 3PO being useless. Speaking of things gotten rid of, California law enforcement has removed over 2,000 illegal marijuana plants from the famed Sequoia National Park. Park rangers became suspicious of marijuana growing in the park when they saw park bears wearing fish t-shirts. F the ranger, boo-boo. I'm higher than the average bear. An article published in Free Radical Biology and Medicine, not to be confused with the underground magazine Free Radical Biologists, reports that drinking beetroot juice twice a day could reduce high blood pressure in older adults. In response to this news, older adults say they prefer the high blood pressure, thanks. A couple in Dunwoody harassed a grieving father whose daughter was murdered in Israel by calling him a kike. No, you can't say that. Thank goodness nobody's watching this. Although the real crime was when she stepped out of her house not wearing a bra. A new study shows that the sex position that will help you burn the most calories is the butter churner, as opposed to the sex position that will help you gain the most calories, the George Costanza. Finally this week, a lucky North Carolina man won a $100,000 lottery prize on his wedding anniversary. With his newfound riches, the man promptly filed for divorce. Makes sense. That's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxel. Say hi to your mom for me. She churns my butter.